gently and politely explain stuff to people, somehow people will still find a way to get mad and try to attack you and try to disrespect you. But I'm here to tell you, you got the right guy. I give out the same energy you give towards me. I promise you, how many times I gotta say this, I'm not your typical towards my channel. I promise you, it can be cool, it can be casual, respectful, or it can get ugly. And I promise you, I'll make it ugly. So, you know, if you want to come on here and talk crazy, that's fine with me. But just be prepared what I may say in response if you come on my channel trying to disrespect me. That's just real talk. But I like it. Thanks for the view. But I'm here to tell you, I'm not your typical content creator. I'm not one of them dudes that buckle down because somebody may not agree with me and they think that I'm being harsh, or, you know, I'm saying something that they don't like and they get upset and come on here and I change my stance. Now, I ain't changing my stance. I mean it. For real. I mean it. Now, with that being said, now we just had the Canelo fight versus Ryder. And I gave my assessment of the fight as well as other content creators. And a lot of content creators are looking at as he's on a decline. He took it personal, which it was not a personal attack on Canelo. We're just, look, at the end of the day, you come to our channels and you want to hear what we have to say. We're not always going to say something that you agree with and that you like. If you're that emotional and sensitive and just, you know what I'm saying? And just like that dysfunctional over a video or some comments, then maybe this ain't for you. Maybe you need to go to another channel that's going to say what you want to hear. If you want to hear people praising your favorite fighter all day and all night, then go to those channels. Why come on here if you know you're going to get upset and start talking a bunch of junk and then thinking that people are not going to respond? I told you, you got the right one. Try me. But I said that Canelo looked like he's on the decline. And I explained why. I broke it down. I'll break it down again. Yes, Canelo won unanimous decision. But you've seen a lot of different periods in the fight where Canelo got hit with some shots that he was clearly bothered by. And then you look at the caliber of the opponent. They matched Canelo up with John Ryder because they wanted Canelo to stop him. Canelo said he was going to stop John Ryder. He promised a stoppage and he didn't deliver. When you say that you're going to do something and you don't deliver it, then at the end of the day, well, we got to say, okay, you didn't live up to your own expectations. And that's what this video is based off. Canelo didn't live up to his own expectation. Like probably about 2, 3, maybe even 4 years ago, he would have stopped somebody like Ryder within 6 rounds. And Ryder refused to go away quietly. And even Ryder said it. He said, this guy couldn't take me out. And Ryder kept coming. And Ryder had some success towards the latter end of the fight. And no, Canelo didn't. And for you people saying Canelo won every round, Canelo did not win every round. Best case scenario, Canelo won maybe 10 rounds. Worst case, he won 9. But no, he didn't win every round. That's cap. And then you seen him take some shots like that basically bothered him, which means Canelo's punch resistance is not what it used to be. I'm talking about Ryder froze Canelo a couple of times, and had Ryder utilized the jab a little bit more and had a more balanced attack, he would have gave Canelo fits. I'm talking about it would have been an even more competitive fight. And that's where the assessment is coming from. It's not like we're saying, oh, Canelo is trash and he's garbage and all that kind of stuff. No, we're just saying that he may be on the decline. That happens with every fighter. Not just Canelo. You saw it with everybody. You saw it even with Floyd. He was on the decline. You know, real talk. You see it with everybody. It's not just Canelo. Everybody that ever got in the ring, for the most part, they was on the decline. And that's real. You saw it with Sugar Ray Leonard. You saw it with Hearns. You saw it with Hagler. You saw it with James Tony. You saw it with Evander Holyfield. And that's all people saying. Stop being so emotionally attached. Stop thinking that somebody attacking somebody because they don't like them. Get out of here with that stuff, man. He just had a lot of moments in that fight where he didn't look good. And then it makes you, assess what happens if Canelo fights somebody better than John Ryder. All we said is, if he struggled at times with John Ryder, do anybody really believe that he gonna beat Beterbiev in a rematch, whether it's at 168 or 175? Listen, Canelo is gonna lose to, listen, unless Bibble, goes swimming, okay? Unless he goes swimming, and you know what I mean by that, unless he does the Jacques Cousteau, I don't see Canelo winning a rematch with Bibble. And it's going to be even worse. If he fights him at 168, Bibble is going to beat the hell out of him. And if he fights him at 175, he's getting stopped. And I laugh at y'all still think that Canelo has any type of chance with Arthur Beterbiev. I think that's a disrespect and an insult to say that Canelo could go up to 175 and beat Arthur Beterbiev when nobody has survived a 12-round fight with Arthur Beterbiev. Nobody. You mean to tell me that Canelo could survive that type of punishment that Yardy couldn't handle? Joe Smith Jr. couldn't handle? Arthur Beterbiev retired an undefeated fighter in Boslick. Made the man not want to fight anymore. So y'all naive Canelo fans really think that he could go up to 175 and beat Arthur Beterbiev. Canelo is leaving on a stretcher if he fights Arthur Beterbiev. The fight won't last 6 rounds. Canelo would get seriously hurt in that fight. Either he leaving on the stretcher, or Reynoso is going to throw in the towel. He can't see Arthur Beterbiev. Stop the cap. You're delusional. That's real talk. The man couldn't even, the man struggled against John Ryder. So you mean to tell me he'll go up to 175 and beat one of the best fighters in the world? Stop it. Don't have a chance. Don't have a chance. And that's real talk. I don't even think right about now, after what I saw, even a lot of the Canelo fans, stans, fanatics, whatever you want to call them, they even encouraging Canelo, maybe he shouldn't fight David Benavidez. David Benavidez is a very difficult fight for Canelo. Once again, David Benavidez would have stopped John Ryder probably in like 6 rounds. He would have made him quit. I'll bet you money if David Benavidez fought John Ryder, he stops him within 6 rounds. Maybe even sooner. So stop it. But then at the end of the day, they're not going to make that kind of fight. Eddie Hearn is probably not going to make that fight. Me, myself, I'd like to see David Benavidez versus Triple G, just as a measuring stick fight. That's a fight that I'd like to see. But once again, would that fight get made? And I haven't heard about Triple G officially retiring, so why not? I mean, I don't see Al Heyman not wanting to make that fight because for Beterbiev, Triple G has his prime. So, you know, that's what the PBC like to do. And in most cases, they either match a guy up with a dude that they think is past his prime, or they think a dude is confident that their guy can beat them. So I think Triple G is a winnable fight for David Benavidez. That would be a good showcase fight for him, a good pay-per-view fight. But we know how difficult it is to make these type of cross-promotion fights, even though they should get made. And then I think Triple G, that'll be a good final payday, because I think David Benavidez will retire him, and then we could be rid of Triple G, the most overrated fighter in the last 20 years. But yeah, getting back to Canelo, David Benavidez should be a heavy favorite if these two were to fight. And I think Canelo knows that his hands is full fighting David Benavidez. I think his team knows it. And at the end of the day, Canelo's best chance to get David Benavidez was about 2 years ago, when he's still a little green. But David Benavidez improved in every aspect of boxing. You know, punch output, punch selection, defense, every ring IQ. Like I said, as far as the whole Mexican versus Mexican thing, that ain't my, you know what I'm saying? That's not my, that's not my battle. As a boxing fan, I just want to see it. So there you have it. All right, so now let's get to Devin Haney and Vasily Lomachenko. Got a chance to look at Blood, Sweat, and Tears. I think this is one of two they're going to have. I think, to me, they should have did at least 3 of these. But I guess 2 is good enough. It looked like it got a decent amount of views. Tickets are still available via Your Perspective ticket outlet. All you got to do is Google Haney versus Lomachenko. Tickets in various websites will pop up. Tickets are starting as low as $64, very affordable. So, you know, if you able to make it, come through, watch the fight. This is going to be a great fight. And it's very reasonable. If you choose to watch it at home, it's going to be around $60 pay-per-view. So at the end of the day, you win in one way or another. They're not going to charge you almost $90 what they charged you to see Tank versus Ryan Garcia. So, you know, check it out. Like I said, getting to Lomachenko did a very piss poor, disappointing job of trying to promote this fight. He could have did more. He could have did more. He could have been more vocal. Lomachenko's only put out like one short video telling people to tune in to this fight. Now, I got a chance to view Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Devin Haney came out and said, hey, I didn't really fast during Ramadan because, you know, I have to get prepared for this fight. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass out food and I'm going to feed the homeless, which is a good thing. At the end of the day, I respect anybody's religion, but still, Devin got to take care of business. He can't come into that fight malnutritioned. And, you know, at the end of the day, that could hurt him. So I get it. And I'm not going to get deep into that. I'm not going to, you know, cheer him on or bash him. He made the best decision that he felt was best for his career going into this fight. And Devin Haney say he just don't fight for money. He fight for his legacy. He want to be a legend. And that's good. That's what legends is made of. When you want to fight the best guys out there, win, lose, or draw. I will be at that fight. I will be at that fight, Devin Haney versus Lomachenko, so I will be attending that fight. I will be covering that fight. And it's looking like I'll be in New York for Josh Taylor versus Teofimo Lopez. So I got three fights coming up. I got the Saturday fight with Benavidez, so I got that. But like I said before, Devin is taking this fight seriously, and I see what's being done. I see that as long as Devin doesn't win, then they'll be praised. But I see what they're doing to Devin Haney. Like, they're trying to say, okay, if he wins, he was too big and all this kind of stuff. At the end of the day, if Devin Haney makes the contracted weight, then it is what it is. This isn't, and see, here's the thing with Devin Haney. Devin Haney isn't like 6'8", like Fundora, a dude who was 6'7", who should be a small forward in the NBA fighting at 154. That was absurd. Devin Haney is like 5'8", 5'9", so that's not like that's just not like what Fundora was doing. But if he feels he can make the weight, then fine. But yeah, Lomachenko, he hasn't done his share of promoting the fight. And they admitted that they didn't want to fight Devin 4 years ago. They said, well, he really didn't have nothing to bring to the table. They basically said, okay, well, if he do some things, then they'll fight him. They said absolutely no. So they admitted that they turned down the fight. And like Devin said, 4 years ago is a lot different than what's going on now. That was 4 years ago. So I expect Devin to take care of business. I think he'll be ready. Like I said, I didn't talk to Team Haney. I didn't talk to Bill. They are taking this fight real serious. Devin is trying some new things out to increase his power, sit on his punches. So he's trying some new techniques. Because at the end of the day, there's some things that he has his concerns about. I'm not going to say what they are. But at the end of the day, Devin is training to put on a masterful performance. I'm not going to say whether he's going for the stoppage or not, but I'll put it to you this way. They going in there to win that fight. I'll put it to you this way. Team Haney is going in there to win that fight decisively. They're going in there to dominate. They're going in there to leave no doubt who was the best fighter on May the 20th. So there you have it. They coming in there to win. Like I said before, I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear no excuses. About Team Haney. If their hand is raised. I don't want to hear none of this stuff about Lomachenko being too small and Devin Haney a weight bully and all this kind of stuff. There is no weight clause in this contract. No rehydration, none of that stuff. All they have to do is make weight. That's it. That's all. All Lomachenko got to do is make weight. All Devin Haney got to do is make weight. From my knowledge, there is no rehydration clause, none of that stuff. This fight is on the up and up. I don't know who the judge is going to be in this fight. Won't know the judges till probably fight week, or maybe the eve of the fight, who will be the judges. All right, so let me move on to the last and final subject before I wrap this up. All right, so I seen the interview with Errol Spence. I don't know who the young lady he was talking to. Some people say he's dating her or whatever the case may be. Hey, that's fine. I really don't get that deep into a guy's personal life. If they happen to be at the fight and they say this is they identify this person as their wife, girlfriend, significant other, fiance, whatever the case may be, then I'll take it from there. But I'm not a dude that's just like digging deep into somebody's personal life. But Errol Spence said out of his own mouth that he says that he's talked to Terence Crawford. He's saying that he's had conversations. He's talking to Terence Crawford personally about the fight. At the end of the day, listen, a lot of these dudes, once again, got caught lying, making up lies, saying that, once again, just telling lies. And these, like, Errol Spence fanatics, these Errol Spence butt boys, they the problem. They want to sit up there and try to put everything on Terence Crawford because they fanatics. And a lot of them is from where Errol Spence from. And I'm going to just say this, real talk. I'm going to say this once again. I'm not from Dallas. I'm from California. And I'm not dissing none of you dudes from Dallas, but at the same time, I ain't finna sit up here say what you want me to say because you either from Dallas or the Texas area, so you want me to be an Errol Spence extremist. I looked at Errol Spence doing that interview. Errol Spence do not look like he in fight shape. I'm not calling him a slob or nothing like that, but you can just look at his build. He don't look like he in fight shape and that he gonna be ready to go by so-called July 22nd. If this fight happens, this fight is probably gonna happen later in the year after Terence Crawford turns 36, because that's another thing I think they've been trying to do while they've been putting this fight off, trying to age Terence Crawford out. All this stuff about Terence Crawford is holding up the fight. You didn't hear that come from Errol Spence. But all these other dudes sit up here and press the play button or the record button and say, oh, well, guess what Terence Crawford is doing? Because like I said, a lot of these dudes are narrative pushers and they're not doing real journalism. They just making up stuff. And like I said, you know who these dudes are. How many times have I blew these dudes out the water on their lies? These dudes sit up, they don't talk to nobody. They don't talk to none of these dudes behind the scenes. I'm actually talking to these dudes. I'm actually out there in the field asking the question, doing interviews on and off camera. But then you guys sitting up listening to these dudes that don't go to fights, they don't do no interviews, but they just sit up there and push the record button, and then you push the play button, and you believe that nonsense that they be talking. Like I said, I'm tired of hearing this stuff about, well, I'm mad at Terence Crawford because he mean to me and all this. Man, get out of here, man. Like, at the end of the day, I done had plenty of these boxers dog me out. And a lot of times I don't say their names because I'm not finna keep doing this stuff. I'm not finna keep holding grudges against these dudes. Like I said, if I see them, I'm gonna try to talk to them. They either go talk to me or they not go talk to me. Now, if they sit up there and they cuss me out and I happen to catch it on camera, that's on them. I hear the silliest stuff from these dudes. And like I said before, I'm not about no agenda pushing. I'm not on nobody's page. Like I said before, you see video, oh, well, we hear it's just one guy holding up the fight. Okay, so who is this one guy? But then you heard out of Errol Spence's own mouth, and then you look at the interview, it was quite telling. Errol Spence said some stuff, once again, that was inconsistent about what you've been hearing. So he said he's had direct contact with Terence Crawford. So he ain't said that there's going to be no fight on July 2nd. And he also said, he admitted that he wasn't taking care of himself, that he was partying and doing a whole bunch of other stuff he didn't have no business doing. I know more than what I'm saying. I know the real insides of what went on, the whole thing. But to a certain degree, I'm not spilling the beans on that, because whatever happened. It is what it is. And then he said, well, what happened with Ugas and his mouthpiece coming out because he thought his teeth got knocked out because he got on veneer. Well, and I'm going to say this. Listen, man, teeth get knocked out all the time in boxing. You spit out your mouthpiece because you was worried about your teeth. Bro, how many times you done been in the ring prior to the Ugas fight, and now all of a sudden you worried about your teeth? And that's what I'm saying. And I'm not finna go in on Errol Spence because we know how some of you Errol Spence for that is get upset when somebody say something about him. But to a certain degree, that sounded kind of absurd. That one particular fight, you worried about your teeth. Listen, man, you a millionaire, man. You can always get you a new set of teeth. You can always get you some new veneers. Like, why are you worried about your teeth coming out, man? You supposed to be worried about the dude you fight. So he admitted that he's having and he's had a lot of personal problems outside of boxing, which a lot of us said. And that's all I've been saying. I ain't never got real deep with Errol Spence. I ain't said some of the stuff that other people just said about Errol Spence. I ain't called that man out his name. But I know that Errol Spence was going through some stuff. And it wasn't my job to report that kind of stuff because I try to stay away from that kind of stuff. But like I said, a lot of these dudes were lying as usual when they get caught lying. And my thing is, what are you doing this for? Just for clicks and views and money? Because you know some of these people out here are just plain naive and they're extremists and they're going to believe anything you say. And to a certain degree, you putting out fake news. And you doing it for clickbait so you get clicks so you can make your money. Like I said, I don't put out videos for clickbait. And I'm not here for the money. Okay? Keep in mind, I do this stuff part-time. And still work a 9 to 5. YouTube is not my career. Okay? That's just real talk. And when I go cover these fights, I need y'all to understand something. Like, for the most part, the money that I make on YouTube, and I'm going to say this again, I never ask for no donations. The money that I make on YouTube, that go on gas money or something like that. I spend my own money to go cover these fights. My own money that I make from my job. Okay? That's real talk. So I'm not putting up clickbait videos so I can make X amount of money a month and sit up from behind the computer at my house just making up stuff. Like I said, I'm really out there in the field. And that's another reason why I get the respect I get from Top Rank, because they know I spend my own money to come out there. I don't ask them for nothing. They know I'm spending my own money to travel. They know I have a 9 to 5. And that's what I was trying to convince some of those bozos at the PBC when they was giving me a hard time about covering fights. Like, how am I, you know what I'm saying? I'm spending my own money. But yeah. Getting back to the whole Errol Spence, Terence Crawford thing, this has been something that's been going on for the last five years. It's always been some kind of roadblock to keep this fight from happening. Like I said before, if it isn't money, money is something else. And the Errol Spence, to me, like the whole 3-belt thing. That's kind of funny. They saying that when it pertains to Devin Haney fighting Tank for undisputed, they saying the belts don't mean nothing. This comes from the PBC organization. You know, people like Leonard Ellaby. Oh, belts don't mean nothing. But then when it comes to a potential fight with Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, oh, well, Errol Spence got 3 belts by design. So which one is it? So you using belts as an excuse, you know, Errol Spence having more belts than Terence Crawford, not to give Terence Crawford the type of money he should get or make the fight. But you saying that Devin Haney's belts don't mean nothing to fight Tank right away. You see the inconsistencies. See, this is a video that ain't nobody put out, but I'm pretty sure somebody gonna use this. That's cool. Just give me a shout out. See, nobody don't want to have these conversations. Like I said, I'm going to keep blowing the PBC and exposing them for what they be doing, how inconsistent they is. Do I have an issue with the PBC? To a certain degree, yeah, I do. Because they try to talk all that black stuff behind the scenes, but then they be dog out people from their own community. and the fighters. They put them to the back burner, and they want to sit up here and push these Hispanic fighters to the front. And I'm the only one that had the guts to say it. Me and a few other people. They came at me sideways. One of the dudes with the PBC, when I had a conversation with him, he came at me sideways. You know? And all that's all I'm gonna say pertaining to that. The people that mess with me, they know what the dude said to me and how he came at me. So I'm just saying, they'll sit up here and try to talk this pro-black power to the people militant stuff with me about the PBC when I know how they really get down. I know the people that work with them, how they really get damn about black people in the black community. The only color they care about is green. That's just real talk. I'm sorry that this truth is hurting you guys, but at the end of the day, you needed to hear it. And I'm just showing you the inconsistency of the PBC. They don't be making no sense. So tank fight for undisputed don't matter. Belts don't matter when it comes to Tank, but belts matter when it comes to Errol, Spence, Crawford. It's either one or the other. But that's what I'll be saying about these cats. All I'm saying is these dudes be all over the place. Degrees are conditioning himself. I thought this dude said I thought he had a strict conditioning coach. I thought that they was helping him. So this is what I'm saying about. I told you I ain't one of these dudes. Like I said, I can't be, like I said, nobody can't bully me. Nobody can't make me say what they. That's real talk. I'm one of the realest guys out there. Like I said, I don't have no agenda. I'm not pushing no agenda. I'm not on no payroll. But at the end of the day, if you want the truth, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like I said, as far as covering fights, I don't have no problem getting into a top rank card. The organization that's supposed to be so anti-black, I can't speak like supposed to be so anti-black. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. But like I say, every time I look around, every time I go to a top rank card, they have more black media covering their fights than anybody else. Keep in mind, I done been to both PBC and top rank events in the past. You go to the PBC fights, you see more people that don't look like you in the press room than that do look like you. So make that make sense. That's for all you hotep, militant, super pro-black Negroes. Explain that to me. While you try to come on people's channel trying to talk that black stuff to people. You guys don't know what the hell you talking about, so shut it up. Shut the fuck up. Real talk. Shut it up. You don't know what you're talking about. I get tired of some of y'all trying to play that game. And then you try to talk all that pro-black stuff, but your wife is everything but a black woman. That's another thing that pissed me off with you frauds out there. Don't try that power to the people stuff with me and you sitting up laid up with a woman that's any color but black. That's another thing. Yeah, man. See, what you don't understand, man, based off the temperament of the measurement of the hemispherian, black people as a whole need to stimulate versus simulate, because you don't understand the vaginamic. Man, shut up. Talking that Damon went here. Oh yeah, shout out to Lion Killer. He know what the PBC did to me. That's the only one that I get. Yeah, he know what PBC did. Because he didn't been at them PBC cards. Like I said, I go to the top ranked cards, I see nothing but black media there. But they supposed to hate black people so bad. You go to the PBC cards, go to the PBC card, you see it's a sprinkle of black people. But remember, they supposed to be so pro-black. Yeah, Lion Killer, he know what they did to me. He know everything. So that's why you can save that pro-black stuff. Real talk. Because like I said, stop listening to these dudes that's not out in the field, that sit up there and press the record button and just tell a bunch of lies. Anyway, appreciate y'all tapping in. I'm out.